Well, today they open there at Minute Maid Park. It's an interesting stadium. It has a retractable roof just like T-Mobile Park does. The difference, though, is when they retract their roof or when they extend it, it actually seals the park so they can air condition it, which is pretty good news there in Houston. Apparently, they only really have the roof open for games normally in April and May, and then occasionally for October postseason games. But so it's a decision on their part. So if they don't close the roof, it's going to be hot and sticky by our standards anyway this afternoon, with temperatures into the mid 80s with matching humidity there back in Houston. If they close it, probably will be very comfortable in the 70s. So we'll have to wait and see how they go on that. Closer to home, well, we're cooling off a little bit. We cooled off yesterday. We dropped to 69 degrees, so we broke that string. We had 4 days in a row of 70 and warmer, actually some mid to upper 70s a couple of days in there, but cooled back to 69 degrees yesterday. And so far in the month of October, we've had 7 days at 70 or warmer. So the record is 8 set in 1991 and 1987, and we're going to probably be back up to 70 at SeaTac by tomorrow and probably stay there all the way through the weekend, which, by the way, the playoff games in Seattle are going to be spectacularly nice for the month of October. Take a look out this morning. We've got, though, unfortunately, the smoke may be back again this weekend, though. Hopefully not quite as thick as it was this past weekend. Bellingham Tower Cam showing a pretty quiet morning out there. We have partly to mostly cloudy skies around Puget Sound this morning in pretty good shape. See the Tacoma Dome looking pretty quiet this morning. And temperatures mostly in the mid 40s to low to some mid 50s. The long nights, increasingly long nights, slowly cooling off those overnight temperatures. That air quality, this is nice to see. Green up and down the west side of the Cascades today, though they do expect that as we head towards this afternoon, we'll start to see it drift into the moderate range near the Cascade foothills, just barely into the moderate range. So nothing like what we saw over the weekend, but it would be nice if it had stayed green. About the same again for tomorrow, it looks like, and then we may see a little bit more of that smoke start to filter into western Washington. Take a look at our high temperatures today, running mostly in the low to mid 60s Everett northward, but mid to upper 60s Seattle southward. And then as we head towards tomorrow, we start popping back up into the low to mid 70s Seattle southward and getting into the mid to upper 60s to the north. And as we head on through the remainder of the week, we'll see temperatures probably stay mostly in the low to mid 70s with patchy morning fog. Sunshine over the weekend into the mid to maybe upper 70s Saturday and Sunday, cooling just a little bit on Monday. And then as we head towards next week, we will actually see some cooling with high temperatures dropping back to the mid to upper 60s through a big chunk of next week. Still on track to maybe see some rain, at least a little bit of rain headed our way somewhere between around the 20th and 25th of October potentially. So still a ways out there.